Hi, I'm Matt Goss, and if you have very small hands, I'm a big deal. When I was young, my grandfather listened to Nat King Cole and Frank Sinatra, and then my Aunt Sally actually introduced me to singers like Donny Hathaway and Stevie Wonder, and I just would sing to Stevie Wonder every single day. I think I had 11 off-the-wall albums, 11 talking book albums by Stevie Wonder, and then the sensibility of Sinatra and Nat King Cole and the Rat Pack and everything, which my granddad would always install in me. It's a mixture of soul music with swing, because again, they're the two big influences in my life. I think there's a little bit of ska in there, like my live sound is very different to the record. We do a swing ska version of Hotel California, which is really cool in the show, and it's very unexpected, and people don't realize when they leave this room that everybody just leaves completely like flushed and energized, and there's a lot of flirtation and there's people drinking, having a laugh and flirtation, but it's all music. There's no trickery. It's just what you see is what you get with this show. I think for me, I'd like to work with somebody like Pharrell, where I could still keep my big band sound, and then we could, get some crazy beats going, and I think that would make a good collaboration. Also, I think we both like fashion, and who knows, one day.
What do you look for in a lady?
I really truly know. I think part of knowing what you want is knowing what you don't want. I want somebody with a genuine sense of natural compassion, like not just I just want somebody. I don't want that. I want somebody that has a deep sense of other people. I'm a very sensual person, but nothing really works in me really unless there's a connection with somebody. So for me and a woman, I want a natural sense of romance. Somebody that's definitely has a great sense of humor and very loving. Somebody that's naughty in bed. Somebody that's loving throughout their whole sensibility and their whole intention is to be kind and considerate. Somebody that loves family. So I'm definitely looking forward to have that in my life. That's definitely a hole in my life. It's like I want to find a woman that's kind, loving. We elevate each other's lives. I think the word impossible should not exist in your vocabulary. I think that if you really, really believe in something, that's what's valid about it. So, and I also believe one of the only real exact things in life is love. So if you go out and you love something, then that's an exact intention. So it doesn't matter. Many, many people said to me, "Oh, what do you want to do?" And I said, "I want to be a successful singer. I want to tour the world." And they were okay. Anyway, cut to me selling millions of records and touring around the world, because you just have to be single-minded, but you just have to be around like-minded people. I think the main thing is to have so many people these days expect that it's going to happen right away. You have to know it really is that cliche that it's the journey, not the destination. Do I want to be famous, or do I want to be a singer? I want to be a singer, and just by chance, there are things that also revolve around fame as well. But if your intention is true to what you love, whatever it may be, and you don't stop until you achieve your goal, I think that you will succeed. I think if I could live anywhere in the world, I would live in somewhere like Montecito or Big Sur, and to me it's one of the most spiritual, beautiful places I've ever been.
And if I gave you $50 to spend on anything right now,
$50?
I know. What would you spend it on?
Oh my God, there's so many options. Well, I'd obviously get a couple of pairs of Louis Vuitton shoes for my future wife, and then I would buy myself a Bentley Mulsanne. There's so much. What would I get after that? And then probably get myself a house in the hills with change to spare.
If you weren't doing what you were doing right now, what would you do?
If I wasn't doing making records and doing a performer, I think I'd like to be a clothing designer. I love clothes. I love, finding vintage stuff and going on eBay and also getting new stuff and mix and matching. So I think for me, I'd like to be a clothing designer.
And what is one guilty pleasure you're not willing to give up?
I think I have a little bit of a foot fetish. I think that's definitely like women in heels, good pedicure. I can't. And my dad said to me, like, really calm, he said, "It's okay, son. Maybe you've got a foot fetish." I'm like, maybe I do.
What advice would you give to your 15-year-old self?
I should have made out with my best mate's mum because she was hot and I was freaked out at the time. It was a toga party. I would have just said, just make out with your best mate's mum. But she came on to me, and I freaked out. So I would have just gone back and had a laugh.
Las Vegas.